Welcome to the Channel Junkies YouTube 2.0 webinar. The content of this webinar, including all information, materials, slides, and presentation, is proprietary to the Channel Junkies and YouTube lead generation for real estate professionals and is exclusively owned by the Channel Junkies and the Real Agent Now Group. The primary intention of this webinar is to provide attendees with knowledge and insights to integrate into their real estate businesses. Any unauthorized reproduction, distribution, training, teaching, or other use of the content presented in this webinar is strictly prohibited. No part of this webinar may be copied, shared, or distributed in any form or by any means without express written consent of the Channel Junkies. This content is protected by federal law, and any violations or infringements may result in legal consequences. For permissions or inquiries, please direct all communications to info@channeljunkies.com. By attending or accessing this webinar, attendees acknowledge and agree to these terms and understand the legal ramifications of any unauthorized use.
Channel Junkies 2.0. What's up, guys? It's Adam Moorjohn in Tampa, Florida, holding it down. Listen, what a journey it's been, and I'm so excited for everybody else to be able to see 2.0. This is crazy. This is a whole nother world, something that nobody else is doing. Okay, so year one, I did 7 mil with you guys from everything you taught me from YouTube. Year two, we did over 35 million. And then we hit a rough patch. Leads stopped coming in, the phone stopped ringing. We were doing the same stuff, but I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I reached out to Jackson, and as always, he came through. He's a mad scientist looking at these analytics. And let me tell you, he fixed my channel. We're back on track. We cut off the fat and we are running lean, baby. Can't thank you guys enough. And, if anybody's thinking about 2.0, don't think about it. Just do it. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. So that's Adam Moorjohn. Jackson's going to be referencing him today in our webinar. So without further ado, let's bring up the mad scientist and get into this, baby.
Mad scientist. I hadn't seen that video yet. That was pretty cool. Let me get this going.
Oh, and one last thing. If you guys have any questions, what's on, we will have a Q&A at the very end where we open it up. But you guys go ahead and drop your questions in the chat box as we move along, and we'll make sure we cover off on those as we get to the end of our presentation today. And by staying all the way to the end, which Jackson will probably reference, we have a little treat for everybody that stays to the end, a free downloadable that is going to guarantee address some issues that you might be having on your channel.
Yeah, so it's cool that I remember. Actually, there's a bunch of people in the waiting room now, Jada. You got them. Bunch of people reaching out to me. I'm going to tell their stories and mine throughout this today. So this is going to be something to revive the channel. So if there's some of you in here that are really new at this, this is still cutting edge. It's going to make you better. But this is kind of that I've had a channel for a while, and man, kind of seemed to nosedive. That's what happened to me. Just making sure, Jesse, you can see this whole screen, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if you're like many of the agents that I talk to, your channel actually might be in a slump right now. I feel like, the interest rates and all that thing that really kicked our ass at the beginning of the year, the end of last year. But right now there's some, YouTubers and real estate agents having their career years. So you were probably at one point getting a lot of clients, a lot of views, but right now your pipeline's just not nearly as full. So you're tired of spending a lot of time, energy, hours producing this content and shooting these videos without having as much success. Kind of what I was seeing is upload a video, get that 300, 400, 500 views, and then just flatline and dead. And the worst part was no leads, right? So if you want the best, most up-to-date method to revive your channel so that you can generate more clients and leads than ever before, and build that thriving business that you actually want, then that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. I'm about to hand the secret weapon that I personally used on my channels and a bunch of others that we tested this with to revive multiple channels. In YouTube 2.0, I take the most profitable real estate YouTube channel of all time, which is not mine, and I break it down. I mean, it's crazy where that channel was to where it is today, and I'm telling you, it's down in the dirt. So here is just my Houston. Obviously, you guys know we've got 13 channels, but this is like the one I'm most currently active in. And meteoric rise, just crazy, everything good. In a good year and a half run, I was getting about 15 to 1800 views a day. This is the entire channel. And you got to realize there's a lot less videos right here. So just a few videos than I was getting, and that's down in the bottom So the top, I was getting 2,500 views a day with just a few videos. Pretty good flat run for about 2 years. And this is very consistent with most people's channels that I see. And so it was going good for quite a while. And then something happened. But since really what happened, I started noticing it was ticking me off. More and more real estate agents have joined YouTube. And it's really become a steep climb for me to get back into ranking, because I really lost my ranking in a lot of the keywords, suggested traffic. And I know so many YouTube channels of different agents that are doing the exact same thing. They are taking nosedives, right? You can't really see it with the box here, but this is 2 years, a little over 2 years in the making of one of the top real estate YouTube channels in the country. And I was down to 600 views a day. Now I've got dozens and dozens and dozens of more videos, but yet I'm getting a third or a quarter of the traffic. So this is the very end of last year. Okay. 2022, the business was in the dump. Guys, I remember, honestly, just to be transparent with you guys, like Jesse and I built this thing. I traveled the country and we've truly done 450 home sales. We were averaging 160 to about 185 a year. I was used to getting a paycheck every other day, for real. And there were months and months where I was not seeing any. So the leads had dried up, right? It was a real thing. And I talked to a lot of agents, right? It started to feel like our business was basically reaching a breaking point. And I didn't know if we could come back from it. And I started blaming it on the interest rates, right? And maybe your views and your leads and everything of your channel has dropped too. But that's what changed my approach, right? I had to figure this out. Not only for myself, but for everybody else, because they were going through the same thing. So we did. I revived these channels. So as you can see here, this is the end of last year. And then you see this big spike. And the cool thing is the new floor, right? So my new floor is higher than any other, time and pace or time and place of my channel. And this is before the virality. If you guys have been following me lately, these videos have gone absolutely viral. I cut that off because I wanted you guys to see normal. Virality is not normal, okay? But Adam Morajan, same thing. Tampa channel, 30-something million. You heard it from him. He goes, Jackson, what the hell's going on? I don't get the lead. And he's a very intuitive. If you've met him, a lot of questions come at you hot. And I said, dude, I'm working on this theory, man. I really think there's something going on. And so I tested it with him too to see, and there it is. He texts me this picture and goes, bro, tell me when we met and when the change happened. And I'm like, right here in this dip. He goes, crazy. I cannot believe how fast things started to turn around, right? It's incredible. So we went from, obviously you saw before, 500, 600 views a day with an entire channel, to now this is a daily average pulled from Social Blade before virality of 9,375 views of daily averages and daily averages of 97 subscribers a day, right? I was getting down to less subscribers than this per month on my Houston channel. So we've really turned things around. And the best part is our pipeline is absolutely stuffed full with hot leads. So I was actually talking to Joe, a business partner here in Houston, closed 2.1 million just last Saturday. So closed, right? And he said for the month of July, with all of the YouTube leads, we were up like $8.5 million in contract, like closing. And it's all really and that was just from the leads from the last few weeks of turning this thing around. So, I mean, it's 10x the business for real. By the end of this webinar, you're going to be able to use this exact same strategy for your business. Okay. Crazy thing is, after we fixed the channel, I started hearing it from even more agents, right? They were getting the views that they weren't getting any views that they felt they deserved. The reach outs were in a slump. And I'm talking some of the biggest real estate YouTubers out there, and they weren't making like nearly as much money, right? So it wasn't just a YouTube thing they were reaching out. It was a business thing. Like, I'm struggling here, right? They're putting way more time and putting out more videos, but they were getting way less out of it. Okay. So that was what was really eating into their time that they would usually have for their family and for their vacation. They stopped going on vacations. And this is the same thing for me too. Honestly, a lot of them thought that we'd really reached the end of an era. Like, that's kind of where this whole thing went to, but it's really not true. So we built a brand new system. Okay. It's called and there's 4 pillars to this. And that's really what we're going to be going through today, is showing you these 4 pillars and how it worked like magic. So one thing we figured out, there's a lot of agents following the living in method that I create. I created my own monster, right? In Houston alone, there's like 40 different living in channels. And that's just the living in channels, not including real estate agent channels who are following this that don't name it that, right? So the downside to me being an open book was that the competitors can see this, right? And it also gives my competitors an advantage. As I started to produce better and better content, that's where they were starting from, right? Is a better produced video. So immediately their analytics were better. The best analogy that I can give, I'm a big sports junkie, right? And for all those fools out there like, yeah, LeBron, he could never play in the 70s and 80s. Get bent. Like, you do not realize the athletes that these humans go up against today, right? And when Tiger Woods came into the golf world at like 19, 20, 21, he was winning tournaments by 15 to 20 strokes, majors, right? He dominated everybody. And after every match, he went to the gym and worked out. He went back to the range and he hit balls, right? There was nobody in his world. Who does he play nowadays? All of his proteges, right? All of these dudes come in jacked. They're 20 years old and they're hitting it 375 down the middle every time, right? So he created this, and the competition continues to grow. And that's what I started noticing. And the worst part was I was like, dude, I'm the GOAT, right? I'm the best. I'm the guy who created this. My videos are the best. But the realization I had was when I looked and I was not ranking anymore for anything. I wasn't the best anymore. I had to go back to the gym and the range, right? So I do have older strategies. These thumbnails still work good, right? These videos still work good. In fact, I'll show you an example of this style thumbnail that I actually split test about 25 times for one video. I found that it works for a certain type of video, but it wasn't working for what I was doing, right? The other thing is, when I really realized that, 5 years ago, people wanted to see these cities and suburbs way more than read about it, you got to get out there. So I started pounding the pavement. So you're going to see, I'm going to break it down in here today. Everything that I have discovered, I will teach you today. Here's kind of the new style. And you're just noticing not one of these videos is over 2 months old. 65,000 views, 21,000, 5,000, 15,000, 237, 9,000. 10X is like the worst, thing you could say. It's more than that. It's like 500X this channel. Okay. So we're going to be going through this. And I'm going to show you what works instead of what used to work. So that's why these are the 4 things that you got to do today. Okay. If you want to revive your channel and generate as many leads and, on YouTube as you can right now, these are the 4 pillars. And real quick, this is my main man, Ryan Strong. And this is Jesse, my business partners, just so you guys know who everybody is on this call. And that is me. That is the Channel Junkie logo. That's the GoPro. This was in Seattle. That's how it all started. And we are the ones who truly pioneered this whole YouTube for real estate thing, and especially created the living in method. As you can see, I don't know if we've hit 500 homes yet. We put that in there. I think we're more at like 475, 480-ish, but 300 million in revenue and 7.5 million in gross commissions off of our YouTube channels that we've created. So this is something that is awesome. It was meteoric rise, but something kind of hit. So just to give you an idea of the amount of volume these channels can do, right? So I want you guys to just take a second and imagine for a moment, like what it would feel like to add dozens of new clients to your pipeline every month. Just making a few tweaks to your channels. I want you to picture what that would do to your business, how the deals that come from that could really impact your income, right? For me, a lot of these slides are personal. Okay. It's just more time with the family, right? I wasn't going on vacation. Me and my family, we used to go everywhere, go check out all these things, right? And we weren't doing that anymore. Put money away for the kids' college funds, right? Having the time and the energy back, right? A lot of my time was putting out this content and trying to figure this stuff out. And it just really, actually what it does is it makes you kind of want to quit. And all it does is make you sit there and think way too much about why it's not working, right? Having more time with the spouse, all the anxiety. I really felt like the YouTube algorithm was just not in my favor anymore. And it was a really terrible time, right? But this is a business that I can be proud of now. Like I'm glad to dig out, and it really put me at ease, and I'm allowed to put some money away, get back into investing again. And it really became, prevalent the last few months when we dug out of this YouTube, pit that we were in. So we have 8 agents on just our Houston, Texas channel alone. And right now, if any of you are in Houston, we could use some more. Their heads are spinning, right? They're making more money than they've ever seen. They have deals coming from everywhere from this YouTube channel, right? And it's not because we're in the biggest, most expensive biggest market with the most business. We really 10X us, and we were able to do it in multiple different markets that we're in, right? We are hitting new peaks that I've never seen on YouTube channels and generating more business. Okay. This is a video that I actually had go crazy, and I don't really like showing it, but I have to just show you what this 4-pillar system can do to you, right? This is not a pros and cons video or avoid moving. Those are the ones that typically go viral. This is a vlog, guys, but 3.656 million impressions. So the entire time through YouTube 2.0, the course that I break down, I mean, actionable as can be, I'm breaking down the Living in Denver channel, just to put it out there. They don't even have this many impressions in the entire year with their entire channel. They do 2 videos a week. They have for 3 years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, right? One video, this one video can change your entire business, right? 240,000 views, right? And again, just to show this is a vlog video, but what I'll show you is the style of video and everything, and the artificial intelligence, AI, everything that I'm doing to make these better. We've also gone from about 20. So this is good, right? 20 to 30 leads a month is still pretty decent. But for Houston, we were up 100 leads. Like, we were killing it. And it really, really started to fall. And in fact, it was way less than 20 to 30. I mean, sometimes we were going 5-6 days without a reach out, which was crazy. Daily reach outs to only 3, 4, 5 days. To the other day, me and Joe go shoot every Monday, and we got systems now that's next level. If a phone call comes in from anywhere in the world, no matter what time of day, that will get answered, and it gets distributed out to the team to get covered, right? It's crazy. So we have every system in place. We track every single lead. We track every single email, everything that happens to that business. 126 leads in 2 weeks we had for 22 million in future business, right? And that wasn't including a few of them were like investors wanting multiple houses or extra houses for the families coming, that kind of thing. 22 million. Okay. So this is completely new. It's cutting edge, and we don't want this stuff out in the hands of our competitors, right? So this is why we're showing it to you on this private call. So instead of posting all of this out there on Facebook and me doing it on my Channel Junkies channel for the world to see, you're going to be one of the first few to actually get your hands on the system. We promise that it's going to save you a ton of time, because you're going to get way more leads with fewer videos. Okay. I went to less videos, and it's not going to cost you a dime here today, but you can make a bunch of money if you pay close attention, homies. So the 4 pillars, what we're going to be discussing today, pillar 1 is data-driven reboot. Then remove, revive, and rebirth method. 3, the TubeBuddy lead boost. And 4, AI speed testing. So there is a lot of chatter out there about AI, artificial intelligence, and to be honest, it drives me nuts, because it's just the lazy way out, and they're using it for scripts, and they're using it for video and voiceless or faceless stuff. No, you got to be on there. It's got to be you, but there are some AI tools that I am using to 10x these channels, right? So let's go through some of this stuff, right? Just to show you right here, end of the year, this is what happened after what I show you today with the 4 pillars. Okay. Big meteoric rise. And the new floor down here was 3 to 4x, right? This was where I was at 1,500 views a day, upwards of, 2,000 to 4,000, sometimes 7,000 views a day on this channel before virality. Okay. Same thing. I just want you guys to see it. And you will see this in 2.0 with Will and Eli's big rise, massive dip. Okay. This happens with these mature channels. Worst part, no leads, but he dug out, and now he's on this massive rise again. So with that in mind, I want you to make a promise today to yourself. Okay. A promise to close all your apps, all your phones, all your emails, just put it all down so that you can absorb what we're going to be teaching you today, because this is not just going to change your channel. It's going to change the way that you actually use YouTube, and it could possibly change your life just like it did ours, right? I'm not asking for long, maybe about 40 minutes here. But that is all you got to ask yourself, is just to pay attention here. You guys put a 1 in the comment box or something if you guys heard me, if you're ready for this. Jesse and them can let me know if anybody wants this stuff or not. Okay. The other thing, Jesse kind of mentioned it, but we're going to, at the end of this, we're going to give you a free gift, right? A cheat sheet. So if you stayed tuned to the end, we will give you a bunch of free stuff that's going to help you today. So stay tuned, right? I'm sorry. I'm battling COVID and a cold. I got to do what I got to do, homies. So the reason we decided to give this gold away today is a little over a year ago. Obviously, I noticed that trend. Okay, we've been going through this, and it was really a big nosedive here. But the viewers or the views, subscribers, everything was going. Reach outs were plummeting. That's why this whole thing came about. So it's not just us making things up and trying to sell another course. It was happening to us. It was happening to hundreds of other agents out there with YouTube channels. We were stuck, and basically watching these real estate businesses die and no commission checks for months sometimes, right? You guys comment if any of your channels are kind of like that, right? The good thing is it's not the end of an area. It can be fixed, and we've been able to do that. So that's what we're going to do today, is show you that strategy. Okay. One thing I noticed is there was a lot of agents out there and a lot of other channels that were just producing better content, better thumbnails, better engaging intros. We're going to talk about those intros that I used to create are not the intros we use anymore, right? And we just noticed that I noticed that a lot of the titles that we used weren't generating the click-through rates anymore. They'd gotten old, and so that's why we had to recreate better thumbnails and titles to match that, because when Jesse and I started again, we had no competition, right? Just like Tiger. So when we shot videos about Beaverton, Oregon, it was our videos, and they could take 2 to 3 minutes to get to the point because they didn't have any other option that was better than ours, because all they had was some random shaky video of the Beaverton farmers market. But 375,000 people a month were searching Beaverton, Oregon, and we were the first people to start vlogging that area, and we created the living in system that way, and we had no competition. But now there's 15 different videos with the exact same title and thumbnail, and some of them are producing better average view durations because they've learned over time, and that's why they were beating me. But now that competition is super high, like we've noticed, right? And especially in some of these bigger markets, you're going to run into 20, 30, 40. So this is going to give you the leg up above everybody else. They will not see this. You're the only ones, right? Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. But where I discovered this whole thing was with this Houston channel. This is where I really turned everything around, right? And what I learned at the end of the day, I need to be the best creator, period, for Houston. Like, I have to be the best creator. It's not YouTube Shorts. It's not ads. It's none of that stuff. I know how to create good content. Like, I'm Jackson Wilkie, right? And I've gotten better with the camera and all that stuff over time. But I needed to make sure that I put some killer content together. And so I worked hard, tirelessly, right? And I created a completely different system to give our best stuff, period. What do I always tell you guys if you've been following me? King of this, vlog, king of the city, whoever has the best video for the keywords, they dominate, right? And that's what I knew I had to do, instead of blaming it on the interest rates. This is a video before the method, and this is what I used to see a lot. This is the first 24 hours, up 395 views, arrow down. 54 hours watch time, arrow down. 1 subscriber, terrible, right? It's just, I just kept seeing this over and over. No matter how many videos I did, they just up, down, right? So this is a channel with 22,000 subscribers. It shouldn't be doing that, right? Pillar 1, data-driven reboot, okay? I started to really get a bird's eye view of what the channel was doing, okay? And I call this the pillar 1. I wanted to find out why our channel was dying and how to bring it back. So this is exactly what I did. I'm a nerd. You heard Adam. He's like crazy. Oh, Jackson's crazy with the analytics. It's the only thing I've been able to teach thousands of agents. And if you haven't seen it yet, I got a book, The $1 Billion Channel Method. We created billions in sales, and it was from data and analytics. Because for a year and a half, me and Jesse shot thousands of videos from what people talked about, but it never closed deals. So analytics are what made this whole system. And when it started to nosedive, where did I go back to? The analytics. So what I did is I printed out the last 28 days of analytics of all of my videos. I filtered it out by impressions, click-through rates, those kind of things, right? And then I printed out the lifetime of the channel. Now, my channel had hundreds of videos. I printed out almost 15 pages per set of data. So what I mean is the last 28 days was about 15 pages of data, and the lifetime was 15 pages of data, and I put them all over my floor over here. I'm looking behind me with a highlighter. And it was like I was solving a murder mystery. I'm drawing arrows. I'm connecting the dots. I'm like, oh my God, here's my top performing video lifetime. And if you look at I'm going to show you exactly what I mean later, but last 28, it's dying, right? And I'm like, what is going on? This is pillar 1, right? And in YouTube 2.0, I show you how to download these. I show you exactly what stats to look at. I show you how to remove these, like crazy, crazy, crazy in depth, right? This is exactly what Morjan did with his channel and why we both just instantly erupted back to getting the most leads and dominated. Okay. I'm a little old school. That's just the way we did it. Here's the key 4 metrics that I looked at: impressions, click-through rate, views, average view duration, watch duration, whatever you want to call it. AVDs, click-through rates, views, impressions. That's how I base this whole thing. Nothing else, homies, right? Ooh. The next thing that I wanted to do, I needed to take the past versus the present, right? That's why I took the last 28 days so that I could see what's happening today in this market. And then I took lifetime stats, right? And that is how I was able to do the past versus the present. Now, was our YouTube channel being suggested anymore? Were the thumbnails working anymore? Were the clients watching and actually learning and getting anything from these videos, or were they just leaving? How long these potential clients were sticking around? I wanted to compare every statistic from present to past so that I could see if there was any obvious signs about what the channel was doing to cause this massive slump. So let's take a look at what I found. This is very true indicator of what I was seeing. Now, I am a data analytic nerd. I love this stuff. It's really what created this system. But what I was not doing is looking at good videos that had produced forever and monitor, like keeping up with them. And I'm sure a lot of you, if you want to nod your head, you might be like, yeah, I've never really looked at past videos. Okay. This is days, homies. This is one of my top videos that if you would have asked me 8-10 months ago, Jackson, go and list this, I'd have slapped you, right? 25,000 views, 270 subs, 2,700 watch time. Look at, for a year straight, this thing was going straight up, right? Well, look at what happened the last 200, 230, 250 days. Dead. Nothing, right? I'm like, look at this. No views. So 25,000 views. I'm like, that's one of my better videos. Well, it was killing me, right? Ask yourself, why was this happening? That's what I was telling myself. Okay, is it just the YouTube algorithm? Why is this happening? After digging through the data, I boiled it down to the 3 problems that I urgently had to fix about this, right? And this might be happening to your channel too. So that video, I'm gonna be leveraging this same video. Okay, moving to Houston, Texas, right? Look at it. When you click your analytics at lifetime, you're not getting past and present, right? That's the mistake. Okay. Here's what happens. You go to lifetime. If I click this video right now, average view duration, 614, right? And the thing is, all of these keywords I was ranking. This is what was driving people to the video, to the channel. That is crazy, right? So this is a top performing video. All of the search, the major search that I want, this video is dominating for, right? Okay, cool. Well, if we actually look at this, I noticed a second thing, which was an engagement problem, okay? 6 minute, 25-second average view duration. Again, you're seeing the chart. This is lifetime, okay? 25,000 views, 14,000 coming from YouTube search, right? So massive amount of people coming from search, 6.3% click-through rate on that search, and suggested 7 minutes and 14 seconds. So I was getting a pretty good suggested, right? But looks can be deceiving. So when we go to the last 28, this video was absolutely bombing, right? And you still are like, well, 445 average view duration. Somehow somebody caught it in a playlist and watched 9 minutes and 30, but look at suggested, which is what I call the bread and butter, right, guys? Suggested browse, that's how we blow up. 50-second average view duration with a 1% click-through rate, right? Where's YouTube search is down at the bottom. So this was my top driver of YouTube search that was ranking for all the terms, 0.9% click-through rate. Wasn't working anymore, okay? Isn't that crazy? Now, it's not just one video, right? It felt like I wasn't even on the same channel. So the third thing that I really noticed, and this was actually doing me more harm than it was good, is think about it from like a client's perspective, right? When you jump onto a YouTube channel, you accidentally catch that video right there. That's their first perception of my YouTube channel, right? And it's a crappy video that doesn't keep people's attention because Tiger Woods effect, right? All of my competitors are making way better videos. And that's a video that I shot years and years ago when I wasn't as good at my craft, but there was no competition. And that's what happened, right? So when you think about this, clients come onto your channel, they watch that as your first video, and then they go to your competitor's channel and they have a better video. Who do they fall in love with, right? This is why all my videos pulled out a ranking. It's crazy. So this is just kind of showing you. We had 30 something videos. I mean, there's actually more below that. I had dozens and dozens of videos that weren't even getting views. So this column here is views. This column here is impressions. This column here is click-through rates. And you can just see I have all of these videos sitting here that are getting basically no view. And this is in 28 days. And a lot of them were getting 0 to 1 views a month. And they're still getting impressions, guys. That's the crazy part. This one's getting 834 impressions. This is one of the highest impressions that I get in the last month. And I have 6 freaking views from it, right? Something was terribly wrong, 0.48% click-through rate. You can't just switch. I'm going to show you later why you can't just switch a title on some of these, okay? So you can see that the click-through rate's a lot of this, and so your overall numbers, they start to dip. Guys, 2.0, I go through all of this in so much detail, and I break it down video by video. It's the craziest thing that you'll ever see. YouTube is probably less likely to suggest your channel over the newer competitors because of what I just showed you, okay? That's why you're not getting leads. That's why you're not getting any more views, and that's why your channel is starting to nosedive. But there's 2 reasons why these problems most likely existed. The first reason is that a lot of our clients, they now have seen these other videos that seem to perform better, right? And when we had our older style videos, I started, and I'll go through the video analytics here soon, the retention graphs, but they've become accustomed to something better, right? And they also know that they can get their answers quicker. So what happened is I was losing their attention so bad at the beginning that they were just jumping off and going somewhere else. Okay. So that was the first big problem. And there's so many other competitors doing this. And that is why people started leaving my videos. So the other thing is that you can see this video, obviously it slipped all the way down. Yet at one point it was the cream of the crop, right? But it's such a highly competitive market, right? Newer agents were coming on and making better videos. And I'll show you a little bit later, they were getting to the point quicker. And that was the big mistake that a lot of these old videos had. Okay. So what do we do after the data-driven reboot, right? This is in YouTube 2.0. I have an entire section, video after video, and and like Adam and those guys who went through is like, oh my God, that's crazy. I'm going to teach you how to look at every single statistic and know exactly what to do, right? So what should you do after that, right? I discovered pillar 2. This is the remove. Should you remove the video, revive it, or rebirth method, right? This allows you to tweak videos that are already on your channel to turn your channel around. So you don't always have to remove them. And that was the biggest misconception people had earlier on, is that you just remove everything. No, don't ruin your channel, okay? So rather than spending weeks completely shooting new videos and unlisting stuff, here's pillar 2, right? Take a look at this. This is suggested views, okay? A move into Houston video, right? 5,000 views, a 9-minute average view duration, suggested at 11 minutes and 57 seconds. It's a little bit blurry. Sorry, guys, or maybe just for me, but the average view duration now down, right? Only 4 views. I'm not even getting any YouTube search, right? It's getting suggested 4 times, 0% click-through rate. Okay. So this is pillar 2, revive, right? Or remove, revive, rebirth, right? I'm telling you right now, there's no revival of this video. She DED, she did. That's a remove. Okay. Now, don't just delete or private these videos. I made the mistake early on. Again, I make all the mistakes that you guys don't have to. I privated all of these videos on the Portland, Oregon channel. So I've done this on multiple channels, right? And what happens, we have hundreds of blogs out there, and it started removing the video from the blog, which then it kills those rankings. We found out that if you unlist the video, that it can still show up in the blog, and people actually watch it longer there. So just a little bit of a expert fact there. Now take a look at this video. Actually, as you can see here, you're like, okay, what are we looking at? Well, we only got 1 view. So you're like immediately, okay, this video sucks. Average view duration of 0.24 or 24 seconds, right? The only thing about it though, unlisting it, it's got a 4.4% click-through rate. So this is where a lot of agents were like, man, but the click-through rate's so good. It's just got to be, tweaked a little bit. But I'm just looking at this, like I'm not getting any traffic from anywhere. This is a remove video. Okay. This is not a video that I'm going to keep up there, but was on my channel for the last 360, 400 days doing nothing for me. So here's some examples. Okay. This is the other aspect of pillar 2. Now I filtered out this data by impression click-through rate. Okay. CTR. My average, and this is, looking at stuff back in the day with these older videos, 4.6%. Okay. Over time, and I used to say, oh, the channels, you get so many impressions, it just naturally comes down. Well, things were getting worse, right? When we filter this out, again, we're going to immediately look at this 9.9% click-through rate. We're like, damn, that's the best video ever. Well, what happens is I only have 2,000 impressions. Now go down the list: 6,000, 5,000, 35, 96, 3,000, 65, 11,000. So this has the least amount of impressions. Okay. So what does this tell you? Hopefully it tells you the same thing as me, but I mean, I love analytics. If I'm getting absolutely no impressions and my click-through rate's through the roof, video sucks ass. Okay. 3-minute average view duration. So this is one of the lowest. What can I do with this, guys? Can I go into the YouTube studio and add something to it? Nope. It's ran its course, right? So do I revive this video? There's not much else I can do. Okay. You have to know these things. And in YouTube 2.0, I'm going to break down every scenario possible so that you have a full understanding what to do with these videos. So at the end of the day, if we can boost the average view duration, we can turn this video into an absolute lead machine, right? So how do we do that? Okay. Avoid throat clearing in videos. Now, I'm sick as a dog right now, and you're hearing me cough and do a lot. That's not what I'm talking about. Again, when we started this thing, we had the welcome to the channel. My name's Jackson Wilkie. We help work, eat, sleep, live, play, call the pigeon carrier, all that stuff, right? That's what we developed. That's how we sold a lot of homes. We didn't have competition, right? But it basically means that we were taking way too long to get to the video. So this is actually from YouTube 2.0, from the Living in Denver channel. This is a video that they had. And as you can see, they basically lost half their audience in the first 30 seconds. Gone. You ain't getting them back. Okay. I saw this over and over and over with my videos and with dozens of other real estate agents' channels. Now you're like, well, they caught them back right here. Yep. Because in 2.0, you will see not only this video, but way more. And I break down their channel, the most successful. They've done millions and millions in gross commission from one channel, and it's dead. And it's because of a lot of this stuff. This was a video of a map tour of Denver, right? They're trying to revive this thing. Well, what do? They open it talking about themselves and all these things, and they're sitting on the couch, and I show it in 2.0. Then all of a sudden right here, boom, you see that spike up? That's a retention increase. Okay. That means, and I clicked on it. I'm like, I bet you this is right when they go to the map. Boom, there it is. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, they actually go to the map. What happens? The audience stays there. Okay. Now you're looking at this dip. What the hell happened there, right? I thought they liked the map. Well, they turned the map off and they went back to talking about the app that they had that people could log into. And then they sat there and talked about themselves forever. And then all of a sudden this spike, oh shit, they're back on the map, right? Back in the day, they didn't have any options. Now your competitor's kicking your ass because he doesn't do this. I studied every retention graph of my Houston channel, right? I needed to be the best creator ever. And I documented every peak and every valley, and I eliminated the valleys and I increased the peaks, right? This is what it's all about, being next level. This is a video that's in YouTube 2.0 that I am documenting. So every video I'm going back and I'm looking at the analytics, I'm like, I actually track a lot of my viral videos in YouTube 2.0. You will see how I'm split testing, how I'm changing things, how I'm going crazy. This 80% of the people are still on. Okay. This is an avoid moving to city state video, which usually always do good. In YouTube 2.0, I'm like, I don't know how this video is not going viral. I cannot physically understand with a 43% average view duration in 10 minutes. And these videos are typically the ones that go viral, why it's not. Now, it was out of my last 10 videos, it was number 3. So it was getting thousands of views, but the performance is through the roof. Well, I'll show you later what happened to it. And it was because something else that I'm going to teach in this video, it did go ape shit. So ask yourself, am I getting, to the most important part of the video right away, or am I waiting? Okay. Now, another case of deleting and unlisting your videos is tough, but it's worth it at the beginning. Again, you tell me to unlist these videos, I'd be like, F you. That's like that video has 25,000 views. Now I'm like, get it the hell off my channel. Like, I don't even want to see it no more. Right. I know what happens when you do this stuff. And again, it's not always unlisting. Sometimes I'm going to revive it or rebirth it. And you have to know the difference because you don't want to waste any, of these videos, right? And my daily averages now before virality, 9,000 views, right? Down from 685. Okay. We really turned this thing around. So again, we're going to look at videos from the past. This is a video that I used to do, right? And it just kind of like below the curve, 520 views. This is in 24 hours, no subscribers, 61 hours watched. This is what I was accustomed to every time. And then these would just kind of flatline. This is with the new YouTube 2.0 strategy. 8,600. And this, again, same time frame. The first 24 hours, 1,000 hours of watch time, and 50 subscribers. That's a shitload more leads, guys. That's the new style that we're actually getting to here. So, oh, excuse me. Now that this was enough to really get us out of the slump that we were in, I really wanted to skyrocket this thing so that we could start filling our pipeline back up with leads. Okay. The views is great, but I needed more leads and we needed to figure this out. So while the data-driven reboot really allowed us to find the videos that were secretly killing our channel, the remove, revive, rebirth method allows us to really cut all of that dead weight and to generate more leads quickly and allowed to, allow some of these videos to go back and perform. So there is actually something that I found with these opportunities to, it's a little secret really tool that I discovered inside TubeBuddy to do this stuff. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Pillar 3 is with TubeBuddy, right? And a lot of you now at this point, you know what TubeBuddy is, but did you know there's some things in there that can take you to the next level? Okay. It's really because of my competition and my competitors that you need to understand everything about your channel, right? In fact, it's a major reason why your channel might stay in a slump if you do not do this stuff. Okay. The good news is, I can show you exactly what to do to change that. So you're going to go into the TubeBuddy, you're going to hit the click magnet. Okay. You're going to head in there and then you're going to click the tool is going to analyze your entire channel from front to back. It's going to look over every single piece of data. Okay. And it's going to tell you what you need to know. So now you can actually leverage all of these insights to get way more viewers and stick around longer for your clients. By understanding these things. Now YouTube, you're going to have a real good experience for your clients if you know exactly what your clients want on your channel. So this is going to allow you to know that. Most importantly, it's actually going to suggest you more. But more than that, your potential clients are going to spend way more time on your channel, and that's what I've seen. They're watching way more videos that I have now. And this also means that they're going to become leads and they're actually going to work with you more. And that's one of the biggest comments we get is that they just can't stop watching our videos. And it's because of some of the stuff that I'm going through. It's like hacking right into your clients' minds. Okay. You don't need to spend hours reading this data, right? You don't need to cross-check any of the analytics with this stuff. This is the fastest and easiest way to take your channel to from zero to a client getting machine with this stuff, okay? This is the very first part of the pillar. It's the power rankings. It's just going to tell you what videos are performing best. This is actually an older screenshot. This is when I started picking up out of the slump, right? And it's telling me, though, these are old videos on my channel that are actually producing some of the best watch time and but the click-through rates are terrible, right? But what this is doing is saying, do these videos again, dummy. They are bringing a lot of people to your channel, but this is what I love. And the number one thing that people are, well, not number one, but what a lot of people are noticing when my Houston's like, Jackson, you changed your titles, your thumbnails, your everything. Yep. And I didn't just do it on a whim. I literally studied all this stuff and figured out what my clients want, and I gave it to them. Okay. You can go in and you can actually look at Element Inspector. Happy, sad, surprised. We used to teach that mad faces always work better. Well, I was actually noticing that my happy faces got a 7.8% click-through rate while the sad got 6. So I'm getting better when I'm happy in there, right? The other thing that I found out was that if I actually do a mid-size shot, instead of slamming my face up in that camera, it worked better, right? Text versus no text. I only had 3 videos with no text, so that wasn't really anything. But I started noticing, okay, I need to be about mid-size, and hey, let's show that pearly smile off, right? Now, these are some of the new style thumbnails you've probably been seeing me do, and I have a theory on this. It's crazy. I was actually at the gym. My wife and I, we love going to our club, and we do a spin class, and I'm in the back of the room spinning, and in the front, there's like a 40-inch plasma TV, and these exercises are scrolling across, and they're thumbnails of exercises you can take. And I started noticing, I'm like, oh my God, there's no words in those thumbnails, but I know exactly what that exercise is about. And it started hitting me. I'm like, the way that I view YouTube and go there, our age of people, it's not always about that thumbnail. It's a lot of the title. But when I do see something in that title or that thumbnail that's exactly something I want to learn or fix, that is actually what makes me click it more. So I was like, I need to stop doing these floating thumbnails where I'm like above the city and pointing at it. Like, no, nobody flies, okay? Other than LeBron. So for all my Jordan lovers out there,
he don't fly.
Before This is the style we did. And again, they work great. We've had great click-through rates. These, and I monitor it in 2.0. Sometimes when I release, I'm getting probably 20 to 50 to 100 times more impressions with my newer style videos. And these will still get 16 to 25% click-through rate when they start. They may finish at 7 to 8, but that's because they get 3.6 million impressions, right? These were starting at 6, 7, 8, 9% click-through rate and finishing in the 3, 4. So this stuff was really working. I don't make it up, guys. I'm all analytics. YouTube 2.0, I break down exactly how to do this stuff, okay? Now, right here, there's proof. This is a video right here, 16.3% click-through rate. And the crazy part is this is not days, guys. This is the first hour. It's less than an hour in, and I already have almost 1,000 impressions and a 16% click-through rate. Yes. As soon as I release a video on Saturday morning, and a lot of times I'm at basketball with my son, my family or whatever, I have the YouTube Studio app, and guess what I do? I click that YouTube Studio app and I go to the analytics, and yes, you can't watch your retention graphs until like 3, 4, 5 days later, but I can start seeing that the click-through rate right away. And so I will actually monitor. And if I have like a 12% click-through, I'm like, uh-oh, that sucks. And I'll go in there and tweak the title or something real quick to try. If I'm away from that, or if I'm here, I'll change the thumbnail. So a lot of times in the first hour, I'm looking at this number and I want it 20, 25%, guys. I want to be the best. So here's just some more statistics as you check out. Obviously, face versus no face. I'm a big face dude. This is one of the ones you can read. But the other thing that I started noticing, right? Again, I asked my kids and I'm like, yo, when you get like my daughter, she can watch YouTube. And I'm like, what do you look at when you turn on YouTube? She's like, I don't know. Like, it's always thumbnail first. That's why they're always bright. They're crazy. They're neon. I've noticed that, especially all of our age demographic, it's title first. Like, that title is almost playing a bigger role in my click-through rates than anything else. And that was the big change. And you guys are like, Jackson, I type in your title in too, but it doesn't work. Well, I'm literally using Houston, Texas. That's the #1 driver. And I'm going to make the most clickable freaking title that I can. How did I do it? Well, I can actually find the words that are getting clicked the most. Houston is community, live, best, new. Why do you think I put a lot of those words in my titles? Because they get clicked the most, right? Click-through rate opportunities, okay? This is also another aspect. Now I'm going quickly through this because I know we've been going on time. Okay, click-through rate, right? This video has the highest performance and it has the lowest click-through rate. That tells me immediately that I need to go in there and tweak this title and this thumbnail, because if I do, it's getting a shitload of impressions and great watch time. It's just not getting something about that title and thumbnail isn't. So I need to go in there and tweak that. Boom, quick, revitalize that video and go. So a lot of this stuff is just quick tweaks. So what I actually did, here's a video that's actually the first video I ever launched on my YouTube channel, believe it or not, for Houston, Texas. It was Sugarland, right? Now, if you look, YouTube search right here, 4.8% click-through rate, average view duration of 6 minutes and 51 seconds. And the other thing I want you to look at is 8-minute, 58-second suggested average view duration, okay? I went through this click-through opportunity, and you can actually see the longevity of this video from 2020, and I just let it die. I didn't do anything to it. Well, there's been some growth lately. So what happened? Here's exactly what happened, okay? This is the graph of the last 28 days. Now, you might be looking at YouTube search and you're like, well, that's down a minute or two. Well, here's what's crazy about it. My click-through rate went up 3% when I changed the thumbnail. I went from my old style to my new style that I just showed you. 3% better click-through rate. Well, what did it do? That started telling YouTube that, okay, this video is really good and it's getting clicked more. We're going to suggest the shit out of it, right? And when it did that, my average view duration on my suggested went from 8 minutes to 10.5 minutes. And this is a chart that I filtered out by impressions. You can filter out these charts any way you want. And I wanted to know, okay, how many more impressions? I don't care about the views, nothing. When I changed that thumbnail, how many more impressions? I went from 160 something impressions all the way up to 800 to 900 impressions. Okay. Just like that. So this stuff matters. Okay. This is how you can change your channel. Finding these click-through, rate opportunities, tweaking your thumbnail titles is one of the fastest ways to revive it. It's pure freaking gold, guys. And it takes a lot of time to A/B test everything on your channel, right? This takes so much freaking time. Well, kind of. The first 3 pillars, that's what's going to help you find the opportunities and revive and skyrocket your channel. But pillar 4 is AI speed testing. This is what I was able to do to really speed things up, okay? So what I'm going to do is kind of roll through pillar 4, the AI, and why A/B testing is so hard. To paint a story for you guys, when I started learning about A/B testing, which is nobody in real estate was talking about analytics, split test, none of that. There was not a human on planet Earth talking YouTube for real estate when it came to analytics split testing. I created that. And you know how I did it? I took yellow stickies when I lived at my old Portland condo. I stuck them all over my computer, and I would change a thumbnail, and I would write the date down and the title of the video, and I would check it 7 days later, 14 days later, and I would judge. I could see, and then I had to filter my data out to those 7 days so that I didn't get miscued data, and I could actually see if I got an increase. That's how the progression of those thumbnails started to go. Crazy story, I know, right? But there's better ways to do it. Now it actually takes me way, way, way less time and effort to do this stuff. So when you A/B test, when you don't A/B test, you're actually letting your competition win, right? And basically, you're letting your competition steal everything from you. Okay, if you lose enough of your videos and the keywords to competitors, then that's when your YouTube channel and your business really starts to nosedive. And you probably already know that by now if your channel's doing that. Okay. So instead, we can actually use TubeBuddy and AI tools, the correct way to find these thumbnails and titles that are underperforming on our channel. And we can also use it to, do some speed testing to see what works best. Here's what I mean by it. If you go to the toolbox, this is a new beta test. It's the thumbnail analyzer. This is where you can actually take a bunch of thumbnails, right? Remember this video? This is the one that I showed you, the chart that had the most impressive freaking analytics I'd ever seen for retention. This is that video. And over here, what you can do is you can now drag in as many thumbnails as you want. And it's going to use artificial intelligence heat mapping. And it's going to allow you to start testing these thumbnails on what YouTube thinks will be your best ones. Then you can go right into split testing your 2 best ones. Well, I did that. The video was performing pretty decently, but it wasn't up to my standard. Okay. You guys remember I told you? So if you take YouTube 2.0, you're going to notice that I'm like, man, how is this video not going? I don't get it. And I'm changing that thumbnail, I tweaked this title like 5 times, right? And I'm plugging it into AI and I'm getting all these different words. And look at what happened, homies. It went up 50,000 views in just about 5 to 10 days. And you might be like, oh, it flattened out again, Jackson. It's getting 1,000 views a day now, and it's bringing massive amounts of people to my channel who then watch my new killer vlogs, and they're calling us. This is how we 100x our leads, okay? The video title has a huge impact on your impressions, okay? So the other AI tool that you can use is you can actually throw in a title that you have, and then it's going to auto-generate a bunch of different titles, right? You can chat GPT, give me 10 clickbait titles. I don't steal a title. I take words from each one and I make a new title, right? So you can do this as many times as you want, and then you can run an A/B split test. And this is what I'm doing is I'm split testing these different titles, and you can run them. I run them not until they're statistically significant. I run them just for 14 days. Basically, within 3 to 5 days, when I get the first set of data back, I know if it's winning or not. Okay, but that really helps me. This is a video that we had, and again, it was in a slump for it was overperforming. See the normal performance. It was it was doing good, but I knew it was a great video because of the average view durations and everything in it, but it wasn't getting clicked a lot. So I started tweaking the thumbnail a little bit, and I actually changed this title and I highlighted secret Houston, Texas suburb with luxury homes for 300,000. And what does all the YouTubers teach you now? Under 55 characters. It's the best. It just doesn't work for YouTube for real estate. I leverage my title now to be a story, and I end the story with my thumbnail. Okay. That is what I've been able to do. And you can see right here is when I changed that and the absolute explosion growth. And now this channel or this video, it brings us in leads every single day. Okay. It makes it really hard for other agents to steal your leads, because now come catch me if you can, homies. And you guys having the early access to this, you can be there too. Right. So here's a quick recap on it, right? Pillar 1, data-driven reboot. Okay. Pillar 2, remove, revive, rebirth method. Okay. This is how we revive the channel. TubeBuddy 3 is the TubeBuddy lead boost. And then pillar 4 is the AI speed testing. Okay. One more drink of water. So you've seen actually now, if you use these 4 simple steps, you can revive your channel, double, triple, 10x, 100x your videos and your clients, within a few weeks. Okay. Your competition really doesn't stand a chance now. If you become the best in the market, you dominate and YouTube suggests you. I don't even have the slide of my analytics of my channel now that I've been going viral lately. It's insane. Okay. I'm talking like millions of views in just a month, thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads, 30, 40 million in deals coming in just a month. It's insane. Okay. The four-wheelers, the four pillars are basically a wheel of perpetual motion. Okay. So what this means is because you're getting rid of the videos that aren't performing, you're really just optimizing your channel with videos that perform well, right? So you're going to be bringing in way more views and leads and clients, which leads to more deals being done. So when you end up getting more of these views and more you actually get more exposure. We're getting a lot of reach outs from other agents too for referrals. So that's another aspect of business we haven't even talked about. When you become dominant like that and you go out, more agents see you and you get more referrals and you take authority in your market. And sneakily, this is how you like when clients come and watch your videos, like, oh yeah, that's a top dog right there, right? The current state of YouTube, it's too competitive. I don't care who you are for you to just be filming normal videos and getting them out there. You have to have these four pillars to keep your channel alive. And most importantly, to make it start to thrive. So stick with us again. You're going to get a free gift at the end of this. But these steps, the proof is in the pudding. Look at these view counts. Look at these are analytics. I'm not making this stuff up, okay? It really works. So you've actually seen the four pillars to revive. And you've actually learned that the four pillars are the fastest and easiest way to turn your channel around. But you might be wondering a few things, right? Can this work for me, right? What's the best strategy, for me to revive my channel? How do I know which videos to tweak? What if I try all of this and it goes wrong or mess with the wrong videos? Okay. If your channel's in a slump, not bringing you any leads, then the most important thing that works for you is this. Okay. That whole revive, everything is what is important to your channel working correctly. The longer it takes you to revive the channel, the more your competition is going to come in and steal your views and get ahead of you. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Okay. I got to get a drink of water. If it's okay, I'm going to take about 10 minutes. I'm going to go over a special offer that we created to guarantee that you revive your channel as quickly as possible with the least amount of risk. Okay. You guys are cool with that? Stay in here. Okay. YouTube 2.0. It's the fastest way to skyrocket your channel and be the top of your market so that you can start ranking for views, get way more clients in GCI in as little as 30 days. So ever since I started applying this 2.0 strategies, as I've shown you all through this, not a single month has gone by on our channels where we haven't done more business than the month before. I mean, if you're looking back at like what we did, just a year ago, we're doubling and tripling those numbers. And this is in a tougher market to sell. Okay. It's a slow market, right? But I feel way more at ease and happier, and I'm doing less amount of videos. I'm just putting more effort into one video. Okay. So instead of wondering why things are getting quieter each week, start waking up each morning with a plan that works for you, right? You're going to start noticing massive changes. And here's my main man, J-Dow, right? When you're using 2.0, you're going to spend way less hours trying to plan this content and trying to do your videos and looking at analytics in front of the screen. You're going to have the direct playbook on exactly what to do, right? You're going to have more days to stand in front of that just sold sign like J-Dow. And really the reason we put him on there is because he always talks about how he started his business of 24 deals in the first 12 months, but he always had anxiety and almost had a heart attack because of almost the same effect, right? Where's my next deal coming from? And that's where a lot of agents are with their YouTube channel. When's my next deal coming? It was so great for so long, but when's that next deal going to come? That's why we created this whole entire system for you. It's so that you do not have to sit around, right? I can go to my son's AAU tournaments on Sundays, right? And I can go with my family every single night to their practices, and I can just watch the leads pour in because of this whole new method, right? It's going to give you so much of your time and your life back to enjoy it. And I say this because you don't mess with me and my kids, period, my time. That's it. And Jesse knows this. Everybody knows that about me. And I didn't have that because I sat there and wondered about this channel, and I didn't have the money that I wanted. Okay. We went behind the scenes of a channel that does 5 million in gross commissions. In fact, in 1 year, it did like 3.4 million, made millionaires. Okay. And it went through this exact issue of nosedive. And I go through it step by step. Will and Eli, they were gracious enough. Obviously, they were in such a desperate situation that they wanted it, but they allowed me to go through it. Okay. They've gone from getting dozens of leads a day, at least a week, to really getting a reach out a week, guys. It's true. It happens, right? They were tired of doing, and they did their 2 videos every single week, right? They were tired of making that content. It just went up and down, right? But none of it really mattered at the end of the day, what they were doing, how many videos they put out. For the first time in years, they were actually scared about the real estate deals coming into the most profitable YouTube channel ever. And it really wasn't a small channel. This is a big channel, but you know, they made over 5 million. So I tracked this exact channel in there, right? I recorded every single test, every single chain, and every single step that you should go through to go from 0 to hero. Okay. And it's all in that course. They allowed us to record everything, and it's all in there. And when, you know, we took those recordings, that's how I created and transformed this whole thing into a step-by-step blueprint that you can do exactly what I did in there. Okay. It's going to give you the tools, the templates, the steps, the need to copy paste your way to reviving your YouTube channel. So instead of putting all your time into these videos that never really ever seem to take off, and they really leave you feeling deflated, like you'll never get any of the clients you deserve, we're handing you the proven path to claim back the leads that your competitors have been stealing from you. Okay. Inside 2.0, it's a done for you method. And when I say exact steps, it's like, okay, step 1, you're going to do this, this, this. Here's step 2, do this, this, this. Hey, are you having this trouble? Go in here and do this, 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 right? So on and so on. If you want more impressions, views, clients, just follow the specific module in YouTube 2.0 to fix that issue. Okay. And the best part about this, the way I was thinking about it, is like, this is going to be my self-check forever now. Like once I've learned this, I can self-check my channel for as long as I want, forever and ever, and I won't hit these slumps anymore. Does that make sense? We've never had a self-check system like this, right? So when you follow our steps, you can expect to, you know, revive your channel way faster than trying to figure it out yourself, right? Probably within 30 days, just like a lot of us. So when you start to make these tweaks to your channel, it's going to start happening a lot faster, and it's going to be easier for you. Okay. This is not theories. A lot of people base their stuff on theories and just what they hear, right? Every single example is based by, you know, true real life experiences and demonstrations of me actually working on Will and Eli's channel right in front of you. Okay. So when you start to follow these steps, step by step, not only is it going to help you pocket way more money and commission each month, it's going to give you that time back, homies. Okay. So again, real quick, module 1, I'm going to walk you through the in-depth data-driven reboot system. Okay. Avoid deleting or unlisting the wrong videos. Discover how to give your channel a boost. Get the views, leads, clients you deserve, and set yourself up to become the top agent in your market. Okay, you're going to build the foundation. It's the most important part, right? We always talk about the foundation, that the top agent and be that top agent that other people admire and that the clients want to work with. That's the number one thing we found. These clients just freaking love us now because of this. Okay, your channel is going to run more efficiently. I do less videos now, and I get 10x results, 100x actually. And you're going to get more leads. Okay. Module 2 is the remove, revive, rebirth method. Okay. You're going to cut that dead weight and double the leads with fewer videos. You're going to discover how to skyrocket your channel and bring in new clients. You get more leads, more clients, more business. You know where your next deal is going to come from, and new videos that are actually going to work for your channel. Module 3 is the Tube Buddy lead boost. Okay. We're going to increase those average watch durations. We're going to increase the impressions that you get from your titles and those thumbnails, and faster channel growth. Okay. You're also going to get the new engagement. That's one thing we've learned too, is that engagement is really big. So I am monitoring comments very quickly right out of the gate, and I'm commenting back to get more questions. All of this comes to you on a silver platter and more. Okay. Discover how we actually, this is, you know, module 4, how I'm actually using AI to help me, right? How we're getting way more leads each week from these videos, and how I'm quickly testing quick. If I upload a video, I'm going to do a bunch of AI to make sure it's performing optimally right out of the gate. Okay. This is crazy, right? Last 28 days, we've had 5 million impressions on our videos. So in the YouTube 2.0, this is more impressions than Will and Eli's channel an entire year, doing 2 videos a week, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos by following these methods. Okay. The other thing is, it's going to start filling your pipeline up. I guarantee it. You will get those leads back. Okay. You're going to wake up each morning with your inbox full of leads. That's what we do. The Houston email every morning, dude. There's just stacks of new emails that we got to get back to. So when we correctly use AI to help you gain control of your time, income, and business. Okay. But there's 15 behind the scenes video recordings in this YouTube 2.0. It's the blueprint to revive the channel in as little as 30 days. So there's the 4 pillars for you again. It's a data-driven reboot, remove, revive, rebirth method, TubeBuddy lead boost, and AI testing. But come on, you know there's even more, right? We know that sometimes life gets busy. You don't get the opportunity to really implement what you go through in these courses. And we've all been through that, right? But because there's always work and responsibilities, like you have to actually go through this. But there's things that pop up, right? Family commitments, sick, whatever. it's tough to get through this. We also know that the quality of life you want, from your YouTube channel is there, and it can be life-changing. So we've actually set up a bundle that works for you best. Okay. If you join 2.0, you're not just going to be getting a course. We wanted to do something completely different, right? You're going to get an actual private seat in a premium virtual workshop. This is why we're limiting this to only 30. We want the 30 people to be the new #1 people in their markets. And then after a month, once you go through that, you just got to show up. We're going to go through your channels. We're going to make sure that this is actually working for you, and everything is optimized. This is the $3,000 value to you. It's probably way more than that, just to get a couple hours of our time, but we're going to personally guide you through this. Okay. So just show up, and we're going to take you down the path of the least resistance and just get you exactly where you need to get pipeline leads every single week, right? It's private. It's going to be tailored just towards you. So there's going to be tons of time for Q&A, and it's actually how you're going to shortcut the learning of all of this stuff. So you'll get the most valuable asset that you can get back in your life, which is time. Go through the course, get the private workshop with us, and 2.0 for life. And that is what's going to set you apart. Okay. You're also going to get into a private mastermind. This is really, there's no one else out there doing it. And when I was going through this, I had nobody to bounce these ideas off of, but now you're going to have an entire room of people, right? That's how we're going to be able to mastermind this together and help you. So we're creating space for anyone that joins 2.0, and we'll be inside as well, as all of the other students, just committed to making our channels the best in the market. So if we had to pin down our success on YouTube to one thing, it's really having the right people around, and not only with us of growing the YouTube channel, but how to scale and grow these things. So you're going to have the right people in your corner the entire time. Really, it's the glue that makes this journey stick, right? So that's what's going to make this 2.0 bundle so freaking special. YouTube 2.0, the virtual YouTube workshop, and the private mastermind. So what's it all worth, right? The normal price, $5,000 for the YouTube 2.0 and $3,000 for the webinar. So after this, that's what you're going to pay for it. Okay. $8,000. Here's everything you're going to get, right? YouTube 2.0 for $5,000 and the live YouTube workshop for $3,000. But today you'll get it for under $4,000. After today, when you go to our website, it will be $8,000. Okay. So more than $4,000 off. You can already see that today is a no-brainer if you want to join us. And if you want to improve your life, actually, we're going to be putting a link here soon for you guys to tap and get started. But we want to make this even easier for you. Okay. There is a payment plan. A lot of people hit us up. Okay. $1,600 today and 2 more equal payments at additional months here to get into this today for the price today. So these are all going to be options for you. We still want to make this even more of a no-brainer for you. So what we decided, okay, this does work. You got to put in, what do I always tell you though? You got to put in the work, right? If you're going to go through all this and attend the workshop, you actually, if you put in the work and you really try to revive your channel, okay, and you take action and you still don't improve your impressions or your views or your leads or the number of clients you're getting, and you've really tried everything and you're just not satisfied, then what we want to guarantee to you today is that if you don't see these results within 90 days, we will work with you for free until you do. So if you simply sign up today for this program and watch the content, go through everything and start taking action, if you are not impressed or satisfied in 90 days, we will personally work with you until you see the results that you deserve. Okay. We're even going to let you keep the course, all the training, the workshop, everything, as a thank you for giving us a try. So we really are putting our money where our mouth is on this one. So just to reiterate, today you're going to get 2.0 to unleash and skyrocket your YouTube channel. You're going to get the ticket to the live virtual workshop where we will personally walk alongside of you. And if there's anybody that's, Zoom today that's worked with us privately, how much effort we put in and how much, like, it might not even be one virtual. Like, we're really going to go all in if you do this. You guys know us, the Channel Junkie way. So you're going to get all of this and a 90-day, 100% guarantee. We're going to make sure that it works for you. So if you want to change, if you want that change to happen, then you need to be in an environment that supports you. We've heard that a lot, right? Surround yourself with people where you want to go, and good, fun people, right? Now, everything you're getting today is about $8,000 outside of this call. That's what everybody else is going to pay. But as a member of the community, you're going to get it for less than $4,000. And it really only takes, one deal to pay this back. Okay. Less than that. We all know that. And it's 100% backed by our guarantee that it will work for you, and we will work for you free until it does. It's a pretty ridiculous offer. Okay. So there it is again. And what I want to mention is that we are going to have Q&A here in just a second. But more than 3,000 agents are, running these YouTube channels, right? So you got to get ahead, and this number is going to continue to grow. So despite all the changes and everything, I'm going to stay the most up to date on all of this stuff. And we do not want our channels falling into these pit of death anymore, right? So we're still helping new and old agents, get through a lot of this, but it's really something that you have to understand, is that there's so many more agents coming into this, and you're going to have the first step to the most, next level training of YouTube. So that is one thing that we wanted to tell you, is that, obviously you're also a part of the success if you want to see it. This is something that really means a lot. There's Rye Guy. He got to go on a family trip. Jesse with the new fam, me and the fam traveling. So we're doubling and tripling our clients again with this. It works. We get more time with our family. We get more time to do our hobbies and the things that we actually love. Okay. So again, today, all of that, YouTube 2.0 live virtual workshop, 90% guarantee, under $4,000 and for free. Right now, you will probably be seeing in the chat, as promised, we're going to drop a link in the chat box right now. It's a free gift. Jesse and Ryan worked tirelessly on creating this for you guys, and it's through a lot of our courses and trainings. So you're going to get that plus the playback. We're going to be sending you some cheat sheets. That's really what's pinned in there. So just tap that link that you see in the chat, enter in your email. As soon as you get the team's playback from this webinar, they're going to package all of that in an email across to you. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is that obviously we have that payment plan, $1,600 a month. And if you have more questions, if you're just unsure about it, we have Ryan Bagley. He's our team member on here as well. You can schedule a one-on-one call with him to learn more about YouTube 2.0. So don't miss it, homies. Thank you so much. I'm going to get some water. We can open it up to the 2.0. In fact, if you guys want all that stuff, Jesse and Ryan, I'm sure already put in the chat. Should be able to see it.
All right. We'll give Jackson a break. He just went through a ton with you guys. So we are going to open up to Q&A, and I'm going to start with what's been going on in the chat box first for some of you who just haven't been, don't pay attention to the chat box and whatnot, or me yelling at Joe. So will the replay be available for those of you who maybe have to leave or want to watch it again for whatever reason? Who knows? But the recording will be emailed to all registered attendees. So for those of you that are here, obviously you registered and it will be emailed to you. Next question was asked by Ryan Kilma. Says, will this content also go up into the university? So guys, everything that we do does not automatically go to Channel Junkies University. There are certain things that go certain places. This is a whole separate platform, but there are updated videos and things coming for CJU as well. So stay tuned for all that. Going on down. There was another good one, just to make sure, in case you guys already have the same question. There's a lot of ones. Somebody typed a 2. That was Dell. Interesting stuff going on there. So I just want to get down here. So you need a Legend license for that. Yes, in TubeBuddy, we always highly recommend having the Legend license. Those of you that maybe have was on my coaching call before this, and I said the same thing. We recommend having the Legend license to be able to have all these capabilities to run your split test, for all the new things that TubeBuddy rolls out, the AI technology and stuff that they have in there. Helps you really identify a lot of these peaks and valleys, understand where, again, people are scrolling to, what people want to see versus what they're skipping past, right? So we recommend the TubeBuddy Legend license. Highly recommend that. Joe has
at this point, a lot of you
service.
got channels. It's time to invest into it. Like $50 a month to, and again, I'm not leveraging TubeBuddy a lot for just a keyword. It made me a better creator. All the analytics, all the data, that's what you have to think about at the end of the day. A tool for $50 or whatever is going to make you the best creator possible. It doesn't lie to you.
Absolutely. Huge. I actually, just to side note, I actually went and bought vidIQ as for a new channel that I have, to use them both at the same time. And I don't know, I'm just so used to TubeBuddy. But even vidIQ's interface and everything, I don't know, I just didn't like it. I was already so used to TubeBuddy. Not saying it's a bad product, but TubeBuddy just brings a whole different element to it.
Well, and I think
Cassie
it's
Long,
important that 2.0 addresses this. It's not really the tool. Like, you're going to get sold on tools.
Yep.
And you're going to get sold on different videos and packages. It's what did I just show for an hour? It's understand your retention graphs, understand how to make better videos, and it's all in your data analytics, and a tool like TubeBuddy can help you to, you know, find that stuff quicker and how to test. But at the end of the day, you've got to learn, like in YouTube 2.0, what makes a better video.
Yep. You have to live in your channel. Cassie Long asked, is Saturday morning your favorite time to post them now? Jesse said, depends on what the statistics say. So go into your analytics, Cassie. And when you click on analytics tab and you go to audience and you scroll down on the left side, there will be a graph with purple bars. The darker purple bars will show you when you have the most audience on YouTube based on what the data that they've gave. That'll show you when your audience is on most. And then if you have TubeBuddy, it'll even show you the time underneath it of when you should, or when might be the best opportunity, I'll say. Okay. Dan said, happy to be one of only 130 plus people on here. The clowns out there have no idea what's coming. I agree. Would you recommend getting the original YouTube course or jumping into 2.0 first? This is from Charlie Santos. You want to answer, Jackson? You want Jesse? You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, I shot a video on this. So what happens is we are going to get, and actually I see another one here for a total noob. Ryan Klima says, for a total noob who is still working on their first videos to get uploaded to a new channel, wouldn't this be a bit of the cart before the horse? Hell yes. So the YouTube masterclass is not outdated. It is the original. It sets you up, and it's what you need to get going. What happens is once that channel goes, and you have the advantage now of watching a lot of your competitors and what videos they're doing are ranking the best. And you can actually steal that content, shoot it better, and you're fresh and you're new, and you're going to get these crazy statistics right out of the gate. That's going to help you elevate. But over time, a lot of these videos and stuff, they'll start to fall down. And as you saw in my channel, their channel, which you'll see in Will and Eli's channel, all these different ones, is that overall these analytics start to just nosedive. And that is when 2.0 comes in to clean all that stuff up. And now it gives you a self-check forever.
So just to kind of give you reference here, if I was new to YouTube, the original masterclass, right? The original YouTube course is where you start. If I was new to YouTube, I'm not new to YouTube, and I just launched a channel not even a month ago, and we have 3 leads implementing basically everything that you just said. So, but I'm not new to YouTube, right? Think about it like that. I'm not new. I know what I'm doing already, hit channel, all that good stuff. So if you're brand new to YouTube, the original YouTube course is where you should be. All right. Let's go on down. Nope, didn't lose audio. Someone said, how can I figure out who's this? George Wanaka. I don't know if he's still on here. How can I figure out what's wrong with my channel? Stuck on 500 subs, but got one lead with a while back. YouTube 2.0 is the answer.
Oh, Wanaka's in here? He's one of the OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need 2.0, bro.
Oh, dude, I signed up for it, brother.
Hell yeah.
I'm already there, baby.
Sorry, dude.
I'm
I
already
gotta
there, baby. I just, yeah, it's like, take my money. But whoever was telling to put more money up there, we're gonna look.
Hey,
for
let me ask you. This is totally
saying.
off the mark. Okay, you are one of the OGs. You've been here years. Are you noticing that with your channel too? You still put videos out, but they just kind of don't perform anymore? Or?
Yeah, so one of the things that I noticed is, well, listen, life got in the way and there's a lot of things that popped up. So I wasn't able to start putting video out. I said this was one of the things I wanted to get back into doing and creating more. I did get one lead from this channel previously, so I know it works. Now I haven't gotten anything since, but now I'm just starting to restart doing town videos and things of that nature.
Cool.
The one thing that my subs are not really increased that much. And the views, it looks like when I put them in, okay, yeah, I'm getting some views, but like some towns are getting more than other ones. So now I'm trying to go to the keywords and say, okay, let me hit those first to bring the people to the channel and then kind of go from there. But to be frank, I want to get where you guys are. Like, I want to get, over 1,000 subs to generate the small amount of money that you could generate off of it, but more importantly, to get leads off of it And now that I've kind of noticed more of a pulling down effect, I want to kind of, as expression goes, kick it up a notch. I mean, my best video was the one I did during COVID when I took your guys' course with the pros and cons of living in Staten Island. It's 15,000, but which is nothing compared to your other stuff. So I want to get there.
Yep.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah. And I'd be willing to bet, just looking at that 15,000 views, but I bet you, and I bet you it's almost started to plateau a little bit, because we saw that with any of those videos 2-3 years old. A lot of times we mention it's 2020 or COVID. And so immediately that viewer's like, man, this shit is old as hell. Like, that's what happens. It starts to fall. And then the pros and cons that our competitors started doing are better and better and better. And it just does that. So, yep, you're right, man. It's cool to see you back in here, George. Pumped to see you at the live workshop too.
All right.
That was actually the other question that I had a little bit further down. So there's going to be a live workshop. I know I got something about logging in and looking at some other stuff. Can you kind of break down how that whole situation works?
Yep, I was going to get to that of what the plan is and what we mean and what the intent is here. But Joe Turco said it's worth 10K, so we got to increase the price.
One quick thing, if anybody has more questions and has more questions about any products or anything, I put the chat link or the link down in the chat box to book a call with our sales team. Ryan B's the person, or you can just DM him directly in here.
Yeah.
Ryan Bagali or Bagali.
Here we go, going on down for a total noob. Yeah, so I just answered that. It's the $1,600 option is 3 payments of $1,600. So I don't know where it said 2, but on the website it's 3. Someone's Ross McCullough. He's in the real shirt too. We got to kick him out. I'm just kidding. We're agnostic in here as far as that goes, but
hell yeah, bring them all.
It said, I'm not sure if I'm in a position to revive or simply grow a newer channel that has already shown me so much success. So for somebody who doesn't seem to need to revive their channel, Jackson, what would we tell them as far as how 2.0 could help them?
So how old is the channel? Did it say?
No, I don't know where Ross. Oh, there he is. There's Ross. Ross, you can unmute. You're on mute.
You're mute.
He's at the bar watching the game.
I know the boys, sports betting, doing all that cool shit.
I got 2 things going on. I started the channel in December of last year. I've only put out 9 to 10 videos. I've had 40+ leads. I've got my second closing yesterday. Third closing is coming up in a couple weeks. And again, that's at 5.3 million in GCI. It's fantastic. It's great. But again, I've been busy enough where I've only been able to put out 9 to 10 videos and have become overwhelmed in the editing process. And I get that I can get out the editing, but I mean, you guys are the best thing that's ever come across my professional career in real estate. I'm trying to figure out what my next steps need to be to grow that channel, get more leads, but to grow a business off of it with other individuals, be it a team or a group or with like-minded individuals.
Well, if you think we got the most value and you've got 5 million in 9 videos, imagine what, and I don't want to sell, like I'm the worst salesman ever, but I don't half-ass anything. And this is not just I made it to make money bullshit. This is true and so it's something that you can take, you can go through it, and you can start just monitoring your channel as it goes today and start making the better videos, the better thumbnails, the better, average view duration, all that stuff right out of the gate. So if you're getting these leads and 5 million in sales with 9 videos, like you can turbocharge that, right? It's not all about the nosedive is because it happened to me with all my channels. It happened to 100. Like, I will not lie to you guys, from December to probably March or April with our EXP downline, because they all get me privately. I was telling Jesse, I had 2-3 calls a day. These are some of the top real estate YouTubers in the country. And they're going, Jackson, my shit is dying. Like, I need your calendar. I haven't heard from them in a year and a half. And all of a sudden, all of them were like, hey, this is all. And we were all just noticing this trend down. And so that was my time to figure this stuff out. So it's the most up-to-date method.
Okay.
And so do you need it? It sounds like you're doing pretty good, but if you want to like take, you know, your videos and go, all right, I want them all to be the best going forward. And I also want that self-check. I think that's the big thing, right? How can I self-check this every single day to make sure that my videos are performing the best instead of just throwing videos out there? And that's kind of the where a lot of us got is I'm just going to do, you know, I have 13 channels. There was times I was shooting 40 videos in 2 days just to get my videos done. But what I learned is that was killing me, right? So I went to less videos a week. And if you're going to do less videos, you might as well make that one video amazing. You know, Ryan McHugh, I interviewed him. He does a video like every 3 weeks, but they're really good. And I think, and I interviewed him. I think he said he's at like 33 million or something from his channel.
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. What I'm contemplating, Scale Plus versus this. What, I mean, do you have a recommendation?
Scale Plus, they get 2.0, I believe, with it, Jesse, right?
Correct.
So if you're in Scale Plus, then you get 2.0. So that answers your question right there.
You're being coached regardless anyway in Scale Plus. You have one-on-one sessions. And like I said, I was just coaching not an hour and a half ago, and some like Tom Swallow's on there, and we were going through some of this stuff too. So but kind of to the point, Ross, like I said, I started a brand new channel. Now I'm not new to YouTube, but I started a brand new channel with these methods. And in less than a month, 3 leads, 8 videos, I have it all documented. And we're at, 15.8 thousand views and 156 subscribers. And one of those leads is shopping here in like 3 weeks. So cash buyer. So same methods from 2.0, but again, I'm not new to YouTube. So again, I'm not a whole total newbie, and I know how to set up a channel and those types of things. It's now with this 2.0, I'm cross-checking my process. I'm going in and I'm looking at all these AI tools and analyzing also the retention graphs and making these adjustments from what I see in the beginning. So think about it like that, I guess.
Yep. No, I appreciate it. And I apologize. I don't mean to turn this into something personal, a personal call. But if I join, which I'm literally sitting here with a credit card ready to jump at it.
Why?
If I know, if I can sign up for 2.0 and decide in a month or two, you know what, go all in, Scale Plus. What is there anything that I can? I don't know. Can I put that towards that? Or you guys, I've said before, just take my money. I love everything that you guys have taught me.
Yeah.
And the future is fantastic, and I appreciate it.
So best course of action would be to get on that call with Ryan, and Ryan will walk you through. If anybody else has the same sort of thought process, best call would be to get on the call with the other Ryan and the better looking Ryan and talk with him. Okay.
I might have talked to Ryan last week while he was on the road from Texas back to Phoenix.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'll shut up now. Appreciate it, guys. Love y'all. Bye.
All right. Let's keep on going down. Do you think 2.0 would be workable for someone like me that may need to reboot the channel completely after missing about 4 to 5 months of content creation? This is Andrew Coppins. Missing 4 to 5 months of content creation. What do we think? I know the answer, but
yeah, I mean, the main thing is you can't just guess at this stuff. And I think a lot of people sell that like, yeah, you need my program. I don't know. I need to see some data, some numbers. Like you got shit pumping out there and working for you. Then it's a clean, that's the main thing. But yes, if you've got an older channel, it's got a lot of videos on there. Then this 2.0 is going to give you the exact playbook on how to go into those analytics and see what's working, what's not, what to unlist, what to keep, what to revive, and how to do all that. You can tweak all these thumbnails and that channel may be able to spark back up. You will know exactly what to do with that channel after 2.0.
Phil Slezak asked the question. Yes, this is if you go the Scale Plus route, then this is included, and you'll get that coaching again too. Content is king. The right content is king. Let's see. Anybody else?
Looking pretty good. If anybody wants to unmute real quick and ask a question, if not, you got every link to it. We're going to hand select, the 30, and it's going to be a fun time, man. I think we're going to grow some badass channels.
Anybody want to come off mute?
How you doing? My name is Calvin. I'm in Baltimore. How you guys doing?
What's going on,
Doing
Calvin?
good. You?
Good. I was introduced to you guys back in December when I joined EXP. Jess Jackson was actually doing a workshop. It was pretty exciting. And I'm a career video producer. I've been producing videos 35 years. I started something years ago called the Video Showcase of Home back when VHS was a thing. But now we have YouTube. It's awesome. My challenge is running my production company full time and doing content for myself. I've done maybe 5 or 6 videos, but I'll probably have to call you guys and take one of your classes, but I haven't put my call to action, my ask in the video. But my question is about having more than one channel in the same city. And is that something you could talk about with your with YouTube 2.0?
So you want 2 channels, or there is more than?
There's content. There's enough content to create 2 different channels and go after 2 different types of buyers in my town. I just wasn't sure what to do.
I can kind of help with this if right now, Calvin, the new channel that I just launched that I was just talking about is a totally different style of channel that I'm building data, doing like really, really in-depth tracking. Adam was on this call. I don't know if he still is, but he is essentially, we're doing this thing like neck and neck, and 2 channels in the same market. It would depend on what kind of channel they are. So if you are talking, it sounds like you're talking about having a living in channel and just like a home tours style channel. Is that kind of what I'm getting at?
like more like benefits of. So yeah, like moving to and then why it's so great to live here type channel.
Well, moving to and living in are similar. They're kind of the same thing and the same style. You wouldn't need 2 channels for that.
Okay.
Someone's a robot.
I was gonna say it sounded like a guitar.
So Tamara Stone here. I'm in Portland, as are you guys. So you guys are kind of
I've never been to Portland.
Direct competition. How would you suggest I go about? I actually am on the east side. I'm in Oregon City, which is where I want to dominate. And I know that.
Oh, that's J-Dow's stomping grounds.
And I know that Jackson, in many of his videos, says that he doesn't think Portland or that Oregon City should be included in the top 10 suburbs of Portland. So I'm like, can I capitalize on that being on the east side versus the majority of your guys' content is west side material?
Yeah. So first of all, the majority of those living in Portland channels are people either joined us at EXP or came through our programs. In fact, I thought you were Tara Stone because she came through our training in our course. She has a channel. I don't give a shit which market you're in. Like I teach this stuff. I train it. I've built all my own competitors, and you can see it. I'll help you. I will help you change your life, change your business. And the first tip I'll give you is if you only focus on Oregon City, you might dominate it, but you're going to be leaving a lot of business on the table, because I moved to Portland, Oregon, 4 or 5 years ago. I'd never heard of Oregon City. Okay. Jesse's born and raised in Oregon City. He can tell you everything about it. He knows everything, right?
Too, buddy.
Surprised you guys probably know each other. But the thing about it is, we don't have a lot of the clients moving, relocating there. We didn't focus a lot of time on Oregon City, but a lot of people are moving still to Portland, right? And they don't know about Oregon City. So you have to actually, I call it stealing traffic, and leveraging the major keywords. But I've seen this all too many times. Some of the first early adopters to our YouTube masterclass were in some of the hottest markets, like the Austins, the San Antonios, and they're like, I'm not working that market. I only work this market. And they would tell me that. And I'm like, just trust me, go after the big one. And then they would come back and bitch at us like, oh, I'm not getting any deals. Your stuff doesn't work. And I'm like, man, people really don't know these city suburbs. And I'm sure a lot of people on this call didn't know that Oregon City was just to the south of downtown Portland. You know what I mean? So yes, it works. Yes, we help people in our own market. We'd be more than happy to help you out.
I guess I need to book a call with somebody about joining EXP and just teaming up. I think that might be maybe the easiest.
Yeah, you can just message me privately, because then you'll get all these courses and training free.
Okay.
And
Yeah, we're all here at EXP, so pick your guy. No, I'm only
Georgie.
had to jump on there. Had to.
swooping in. Tamara, just so you know, too, on
oh,
those,
wait.
on
Morjan
those,
just popped in.
say what?
I think Morjan
Hey,
just
bro,
popped in.
can you ask?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me
what's
tell
up,
you.
bro?
question.
Yeah, what's up, bro? This is Atif in Virginia. How you doing? Just a quick question for you. So I just uploaded my first video to my channel, but I, like you said, like tweaking, like keep changing around the titles and stuff like that. Does that not hurt the algorithm? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I saw you message me. I actually just answered
Yeah,
you
I
when you
messed with
came
the
on.
shit out of you guys, all of you. Sorry.
So what happened is that what he's asking is if you continue to tweak these titles and thumbnails, does it hurt the algorithm? No, it's not that. What you're basically doing is taking a piece of content, right, and you're trying to leverage it for keywords and bring in the most amount of traffic possible. And if it's a good performing video, right, what I'm doing is adding different title, like words to the title and changing that thumbnail. And so I'm not really re-optimizing the description or any of that. I know the video performs well. I'm just trying to get people to click it more because I know if they click it, they watch that video longer, and that's what's going to help recommend it. So it's not like changing the optimization or the analytic. And here's the big thing that I have actually physically seen people teach YouTube for real estate, and they'll tell you to go in there and change the title towards a bigger keyword. And if your video is not about that, it's an absolute video and channel killer, because now YouTube will recommend that out there because of the keywords and everything in it. And in fact, it's getting smarter now, and it actually takes all the words out of your dialect, and it can actually rank your videos for that. So another bonus tip, when you're mentioning cities, suburbs, and things, like, say it a lot in your videos. But if you change your title towards a bigger keyword and it's not what your video is about, it'll suggest it really quick, and then it's going to see the video performance is terrible, and it'll pull it out. So we're not talking about that. We're just talking about, okay, X video here, it looks like it's performing pretty well, but the click-through rate's not that good. I need to do something to get that click-through rate up. Or video Y is performing like shit, like the retention, everything is just down in the bottom. That's nothing I can really fix. I need to reshoot that video because it's getting a lot of impressions. So YouTube likes it, people like it, but the video doesn't perform well. I need to reshoot that video.
Yeah, Jackson,
Thank you so much. Oh,
think
just
also-
real quick. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think also one of your questions was that you have a brand new channel. So are you changing your titles like multiple times a day or every day on your same, like on one video, trying to increase the clicks and the views?
Yeah, so it's not multiple times. What I'm trying to do is I keep going back and like incognito just to check, like, am I ranking? Am I not ranking? Like, I keep doing that. So I keep making these little tweaks. So that's why I just want to make sure that I'm not, it is a new channel. It's been up for like 6 days. I have like 120 views on it. I have a 21% click-through impression, but I don't know if that's, I know that's a good number, but I'm not getting like, I'm probably 300 impressions for like not tons of impression. And the video is kind of high quality, but I don't know like if I should keep messing with this stuff or if I should just let it ride for a little bit to get more.
Gotta let that ride.
interview.
I don't know how long you've been following me, but there's a lot of you in here. I have a saying called 2010 ATS. And the reason that I came up with that was, like, you can't really tell what's working on a channel until we get like 20 videos, 10 weeks. I can dive into your analytics and your traffic source. So a lot of people were reaching out to me just like you and like, oh, can you check out my channel? I don't think it's really working. I'm like, and I would pop on, there's one video, or there's like 5 videos, and one's about like changing the mud flaps on a 69 Bronco. One's about how to do Facebook ads for realtors. And then there's one that's like pros and cons of Savannah, Georgia. And you're like, well, you're all over the place. So yes, it sounds like if you have a 20% click-through rate and that thing is 120 views, it's doing good. I don't even need to look at anything else, as long as it's about your city and not about, President Biden or something, that's going viral. But just get your 10, 15, 20 videos up there so that you can start collecting that data. And then you can start tracking those analytics, right? You don't worry about it after your first video. There's like, YouTube is completely experimenting with you to try and figure out what's going on. And
thank you so much, man. I love everything about the course.
It's okay. Yeah, you're welcome. And it's okay. Go to incognito. And if you're looking, but like, you got to know, even incognito, like, and you're typing in that stuff and click, but you're not clicking on your video. Like it's impressions, you know what I mean? So just be careful about it, because you're going to notice too that video is going to pull out of ranking. It might not even show up on the top 20. That's fine, right? It takes videos, especially with new channels, and it puts them out there to kind of see what's going on, and then it might pull it, right? And then later on, that's why I showed you a lot of my analytics. I've even had a video, no bullshit, on my Florida Keys channel. It took 568 days, and then it went viral. So almost 2 years later, it went viral. So you never know when it'll go.
Yeah. Thank you for the course. I'm in your course and I love it. Thank you.
Yep.
Sometimes you got to let him breathe. You almost got Tom Kerr fired up there with your Biden comments. But anyway, so I wanted to go back though. I believe she said how you pronounce her name, Tamara. When you saw the slides that Jackson was talking about for Houston, and the first thumbnail at the top, and it was a cost of living thumbnail, that is Nicole Handy. She's in our Scale Plus program.
Yep.
The thumbnail below, that was Riley Schroeder. She's in our Scale Plus program, right? Even if you join us in any program or anything that we have, I don't see you as competition, and we're not going to coach you to do the wrong thing or to go the other way just because you're in the same market as us. If anything, that fuels us and fires us not only to be better in our own channels, but it's almost like we're collaborating together, guys. There's enough to go around, for one. And two, you and I can both say that this is a great city and the same exact damn sentence, but yet somebody else might like how you said it more than I did, or somebody might watch more and not like my humor and call me an idiot, but like your humor and the way you are, right? Really, at the end of the day, they're going to pick who they want and who they like. All right. So we don't coach you guys to not do what we're doing. We're not going to tell you to go do something. You look at our channel like, well, wait, asshole, like you're doing this. No, we don't do that. All right. Those people that you saw, like, so basically in Houston, it's Nicole and Jackson that are dominating Houston now, essentially. And we coached Nicole up to that. So just for that reference there, Tamara.
Okay, so let me ask a follow-up question to that. It sounds like you guys have multiple options here. You have your original CJU, right? I'm not sure what the Scale Plus is. And now there's this 2.0. Is the Scale Plus, is that teaming up? Is that becoming a part of EXP? What does that look like?
No, that's a whole different partnership. Like I said, I recommend getting on a call with Ryan first and figuring out what would fit you best, and then going from there. But joining us at EXP is a whole different organization and thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Ryan Schwartz, the other good-looking Ryan. What's going on, man? See, look, we just punched good-looking Ryans in here today.
How's it going? Sorry, I know that someone else already asked this question, but I'm just like in the middle of a meeting that I'm like trying to listen, and I couldn't hear or I had to leave when you guys answered this. But anyway, I'm new. I'm in the process of shooting videos. I've got about 3-4 in my queue that I'm just waiting to get them all done before I start. Just want to get ahead before I start posting them. But anyway, should I join this 2.0 as a new person, or should I wait to join?
Are you new to YouTube in general? Like you set it all up? Like is that all that?
Yeah, everything's set up. I'm like fully ready to go. I got everything, and I've got some really quality videos. Like I just haven't posted a video yet, just because I want to get ahead and but I haven't even uploaded anything into YouTube yet. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now.
I would say, I mean, just to be honest, I don't want to like overload you. You probably go through that main course, get a lot of videos out. And you heard it today. You watched it. You're going to get the recording. It doesn't hurt to have 2.0. Like 2.0 is the newest, hottest strategy. It's what's working. But at the same time, if you're brand new and just getting going, that masterclass is still the OG original that a lot of these people in here are killing it with. So, that it's a tough decision, man. I mean, I know me personally, like if I want to go all in on YouTube and there's the best of the best out there, I'd probably go in on it, but that's tough.
So, all right. So you're saying do it or don't do it or wait, or I don't know. I don't know that I got an answer out of that, but
take a hit, man. No, I don't.
Hold on, another question for you. What is your ultimate goal?
I mean, I want to kill it, obviously, like everyone else. So I'm in Naples, Florida, and I think I'm in a really unique place. And something that I don't know if it's appropriate time to ask this question, but you know, I think I've done some research with respect to YouTube in my market, and there are people doing this, but at a very, very, very low level. And there's even like just I get old people like, you know, just not doing it at a high quality level. I think that I can produce like a much more quality video than by far. I mean, there's people shooting not even in like 4K using like I don't know flip phones or whatever to record some videos. But with that being said, just which leads me to two questions. You know, there's not a lot of competition here, and also the other agents in my market that are doing this. I'm noticing I've looked at a lot of the videos. They're not getting that many views on their videos. And like I said, I mean, I'm in an interesting market, Naples, Florida. So, which I guess comes back to like when I do post, I shouldn't have a huge expectation of getting a dramatic amount of views, considering that like the top videos that rank don't get that many views. But yeah. So
are you someone that takes quick action?
Yeah, I mean, I can, yeah, of course I can if need be. Yes.
So if it was me and I was starting from scratch and someone's like, and it sounds like you're already in the original masterclass. I mean, that was like what, $1,000-$1,500. Now we have another system that's $4,000. To me, like investing $5,000 on something that's going to generate, I guarantee you, and where you're at in Naples is going to generate 6 figures in GCI, no problem in 12 months. To me, I'm like, if I wanted to smoke everyone, because none of those people on the call are here watching 2.0. So it's like you get the advanced strategies right out of the gate. So if it was me,
yeah, I don't even, it's not so much the money that I'm concerned about as it is more of the proper steps to make sure I do it right. And I just want to make sure that I don't want to also get overwhelmed doing this. So if you think that it's not going to be if it's the appropriate way to step into this with this 2.0 strategy, the money doesn't bother me. I just want to make sure that like I'm able to commit and properly grow this channel the right way. And if it's better to do 1.0 than 2.0 or just go into 2.0, that's what I'm wanting.
If you haven't done the original one or don't have access to it, I would say definitely do the first one and get everything set up the right way. But if you already have access to it, I would definitely just go forward.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we got about 10 minutes left. Does anybody, let me see, there was some other ones that came in. Adios, Ross. Ross is at the bar.
Tom's got his hand raised, Andrew and
Tom?
David. So looks like Tom raised his first. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey guys,
Tom, long time no see.
Right. So yeah, since I am in the coaching, the 2.0 doesn't come with just the premium coaching, right?
No.
Okay, so I was already considering Scale. I just signed up, by the way, but I was considering Scale Plus. Should I talk to you guys about maybe signing up for Scale Plus and then getting this with it, or how would I handle it now that I've already just paid for it?
Yeah, jump on a call with Ryan B, and he'll guide you in the right direction.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can get your sale set up.
Tom Kerr, keep it clean, keep it G.
Where did oh yeah.
You're on mute.
I was just waiting my turn. Someone else had their hand up first. Let them go and then come back to me.
Andrew was next.
Yeah, real quick.
He's another OG, man. I think he came to the very first boot camp.
I did an audit for Andrew a while back.
Yep. Yeah. And Ryan just did one. I think it was in February, something like that, right?
Yep.
So just real quick, I thought I saw it on one of the slides, but I didn't see it inside of the portal here for the clientsandcommissions.com. Is this also adding us to the weekly coaching that you guys generally do with the Scale Plus folks?
No, the 2.0, no.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be the course that you'll have lifetime access to and anything that we add to it. And then the live virtual workshop.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, I'll be signing up, guys. Thanks for everything.
Awesome,
cool, man.
Andrew.
Can't wait to see
Appreciate
you in
it.
there.
I meant to explain this earlier. I forgot who asked it. Oh, Wanaka, George Wanaka. He looks like the governor or something in his photo there. But so the intent here is when you purchase, and it sooner rather than later, the intent is for you to go through 2.0 and take 2.0. That way, when we do the live webinar for the private attendees who purchased, when we do that one, that's because you've taken the course, you've implemented some actions, and now we're going to look at your channel together, right? So over the next, 3.5 weeks, you take this course, you start implementing on August 30th. We're going to look at your channel and we're going to look at what you did together and give you the pointers to continue to improve and go forward. And maybe there was something you didn't fully understand in the course, and that we can answer that question and walk you through it in that workshop too. So it's going to be a long one on the 30th, but we're really going to handhold and walk through and look at multiple channels. And trust me, on our coaching calls, we do the same thing. We'll pull up different people's channels and look and see what's working, what's not. And we all kind of it's a collaborative environment and working together. And that's what that call is on the 30th. So if you purchase now, take YouTube 2.0, be ready on the 30th to have your channel ready to pull up any questions that you have written down. And then that's when we'll really go through everything in handhold. David, David.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Just sounds like great stuff. And I just want to check in. My channel is doing fantastic. I've got over 40 reach outs here in less than 6 months. I've got about 5 million under contract. Ironically, I haven't closed anything yet, but I've got about 5 million under contract. And I just had $1 million buyer just call me and said he saw somebody else's listing, wanted me to show it to him, and came into town. So anyway, I just want to thank you guys. This sounds like great stuff. I will be in touch. I will be doing it very soon.
I'm glad to hear it, David. That's awesome. And I know, So David, he was in our Scale Plus program, just so you guys, a little reference and context. He was in our Scale Plus program, and his channel's crushing it now.
Crushing it. Love it. You guys, I owe it all to you guys. Great stuff.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. All the best.
Robert LeHue. If you want to come off mute, there you go.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thanks so much. Jackson, read your book, man. I'm so excited that your life is what it is now, man.
Thanks, homie.
Very inspiring book. You guys are awesome. So just want to ask this question real quick. I got a channel already, and I'm going through the first course to try and just kind of tweak it and optimize because I had learned from somebody else's course, which isn't nearly as good. But I'm in the middle of optimizing that. But the channel is mostly home tour videos. And I've had some success. I just got a call yesterday from somebody who wants me to help them buy a home. The question is, should I just start a whole new living in channel? Should I use 2.0, go and optimize that and continue it? Maybe start a second channel since it's already kind of working and I already got a lot of videos out there. I just really kind of in limbo, not sure which direction to go.
Hit him strong.
I would say that you can't mix the channels. That's what I have a living in channel and I have a home tours channel. And I would say that you can't mix them. I've also done a ton of research on this too. And I found some guys in Nashville. I think the name was the Coleman Group. They had home tours, millions of views. They tried to do a pros and cons on that same channel and it didn't work. Didn't work at all. YouTube 2.0 can help you with that channel that is working for you already and make sure that that next channel, because you're not new to YouTube, that next channel starts out the gate right.
So I shouldn't abandon the home tours altogether then?
No, sir, not at all. Those, and it's not to say that those don't work. It's just when we try to mix, right? When we try to mix, it doesn't really work because YouTube really is going to, like the algorithm these days really pigeonholes you to what that channel's about. Like people come to this channel, this is what the hell this channel's about. Don't give me no other stuff. This is what this channel's about. Right.
Well, and the other thing to think about, Robert's like, you don't have to abandon one or create a second all the time. I think that's where our mind goes immediately. I think there's ways to take that channel, if it's already having success in getting leads, to make the videos better. So I've seen these home tour videos and channels, and I still think there's elements that you could add to those to get way more leads, right? And putting yourself in the actual videos a little bit more, making you the actual character, and not always about the house. That's how you're going to increase it. And so the 2.0 is something I looked at Ryan's channel, his new one is killing it. But I was like, hey, here's how I think personally you would take it to the next level with click-through rates and with the average view durations. And honestly, leads is what you want. And when you build that character in there, that I'm the person and I'm going to take you through that, all the calls we're getting, the hundreds and hundreds of leads every week from Houston, is just fandom. It's just they love the show, and I call it the show now, and they can't wait for the show. And we're basically doing a bona fide home tour show too. I mean, we go and show a couple different houses you can get for X amount of price with the community involved in it, obviously, and then some studio aspect to that. but it's the characters that we've built in those videos. So I think you could take a lot of 2.0 on the channel you have and just make it a monster instead, you know, because I'm telling you right now, as somebody who's created 13 channels, and if you read my book, what happens when you create more workload? Everything starts to nosedive. Production, motivation. It's so, you know, kind of taking a channel that you have, and if it's working, you can start seeing if there's some videos that's pulling it down, some that are really excelling it, you know, and just shine light on those, and then create kind of a new strategy on top, and leverage the momentum you have.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. And I
Yeah.
just from this video alone, I learned how I probably got a lot of drop off at the beginning
Yep.
of a lot of these videos because I pitch a better deal guarantee and all this other kind of stuff that I probably need to pull out of there and just get straight into the
Yep.
Absolutely.
home tours. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Cool, man.
Tom Kerr, we got to wrap things up here in a couple minutes.
All right. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Jackson, you know, in the beginning, before I, you know, started following you and all, I did a lot of that crap that you said in your book, you know, like that local mayor stuff and all that nonsense. And, you know, of course you don't get any, you know, you get a lot of pats on the back, but you didn't get any sales. And you were talking earlier here today about like in the blogs and stuff where you unlist a video and then you link to it. Does sharing or linking to an unlisted video not do the damage that it does with a public video?
I wasn't sharing the unlisted videos. So what I meant by that is that we have blogs, and actually in the book you guys read, like when Karen was doing it, she's a blog writer, and she found that putting videos in there helped the blogs rank. So blog writing is something to where you can generate leads from the people who like to read, right? And by having a YouTube video in there with the exact same title, you actually go to your YouTube video, and when you hit share, you can get an embedded link. So you embed that video into your blog. So when I went in and was cleaning house in Portland, I privated everything. And then Jesse or somebody caught it, like, dude, all of our blogs, in fact, they would show up like in the website and be like a blank, nothing there, right? So we're not taking the actual video unlisted and sharing it all over. It's just in the blogs. And we have found, you know, if they're watching it on the blog, they're more likely, but at least it's bringing them over to the channel where they can see the more updated stuff.
Where is that embed code?
It is in the share. When you go to, I might be able to show it. Ryan, you're probably faster explaining to me. I'm looking it up right now.
Right underneath the video, it says share. It's going to ask you want to copy it, send it to a social media, or it'll say embed. Yep. And then you just grab that HTML code and copy and paste.
And that you could do like on Facebook if you put it in a Facebook thing.
No, sorry, that's for blog writing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You embed it in the blog so that it's not just a YouTube link, and it's actually embedded in there.
Okay.
And it'll show
and blog is a whole
external source.
Another thing. So that probably didn't come across as so clear, but yeah, that's what I did is I unlisted. But the videos that I unlisted were not the digital. They were actually the old, you know, style video. When we created this thing 4 or 5 years, the number one video, the pros and cons video that like set us off after, well, it took a long time because we were sharing that video in such and such YouTube group, right, to get the shares and the views from all the realtors, and it was killing it, pulled it all. And so our channel never took off because we were what was being taught back then is you need to share these videos everywhere you can. Share them in these groups. Let's get these view counts up. And I became the first guy to actually look at data and analytics and learned that ruined everything. So I don't share these videos ever, as you guys heard, but that video finally, after months and months of letting it breathe, it took off, and then it's absolutely dead now. So it's one that we unlisted, but you can still find it in the blog. If it's unlisted, it'll still be there. If it's privated, we found out, obviously it's gone.
If we wanted to share stuff, do we share it to an unlisted? Is that okay? Or is it, or private?
I mean, I've never found a reason to share a video besides when like someone will come at me like, oh my God, my friend's moving here from such. I'm like, dude, here's a video. Tell them to watch it, right? But other than that, honestly, like, and it's, you know me, I'll just tell you straight, like, I think any kind of shortcut is just bullshit. Like, I just went over for an hour and a half showing you what good long view durations do and what being the best creator in your market can do. Virality and hundreds of leads and tens of millions in production. So sharing it, shorts, TikTok, Instagram reels, all that shit, everybody can have it. I will be the best YouTube creator, period, and I will close hundreds and hundreds of homes. And that's just the bottom line. So I've never found a reason to share it. Like the YouTube algorithm shares this thing. I had 3.6 million impressions in the first 28 days on a video. What's sharing it on email is going to do more for me that YouTube algorithm will do if I become the best creator.
Yeah, after following you, then like when I put them on Facebook, because I used to share them from Facebook, but after following you, now I just upload the video to Facebook by itself, and don't share my YouTube site. Yeah,
perfect. All right, I think we got time for one more. I got to get.
I'm gonna let George wrap it up.
Cool.
So I just heard you guys talking about different things on your channel, right? One of the things that I have on my channel is my podcast. And where I like some interview like sports players and things of that nature, which doesn't necessarily bring it to what real estate, right? But some of those videos are good producing videos of the content. And I'm wondering, is that holding me back from, you know what I see where I'm going with
Completely separate audience. Like that needs to be a separate channel where you do that. And the beautiful thing is YouTube has a new podcast tab and they're performing great. I leveraged on the Channel Junkies interviews with agents who've done XYZ with YouTube, and we actually upload it as a podcast, not a video. And those podcasts are now views wise and retention, everything outperforming and outranking a lot of just the normal videos. So it's funny. YouTube Shorts became all the rage. They just wanted everybody back, but they made no money. In fact, they lost hundreds of millions of dollars. So what do they do to cope with it? They add a podcast tab to get longer content, and that shit ranks, right?
Yep.
So that's just me getting pissed off. But the whole thing about these podcasts of you doing it with sports people, yes, you're going to start bringing in a different audience. And when you drop a living in, Staten Island, whatever video, they're like, I don't care about that shit, right? They won't click. It kills you, right? So that's two separate channels. You need to make your whole channel focused on moving to your area.
Okay. I'm going to work on that.
All right.
All right, everybody. Well, it was awesome.
We got to go.
Teaching y'all. Hopefully you become the killers in your markets. I'm going to be. So, all right. Any closing remarks, Jesse? We all good?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Nope, that's it. We'll see you guys all at 2.0 workshop.
See ya, homies.